One of the things a lot of people aspire to is trying to figure out how to take the indoors outside and still make it beautiful and functional. Mark, tell us how you came up with the idea to create these beautiful spaces filled with entertaining places, fire pits, fountains, all sorts of things that people aspire to.
Well, Kim, I think the first idea came from watching a lot of famous television shows, yours being one of them, as well as others that are on networks. The outdoor kitchen is a passion of mine, being in the food industry. I love to cook, so that was the first one. Had to have that as a foundation. The other elements of, wanting fire with a fire pit and a fountain to give the natural sound of water to go along with the trees.
What was the most challenging part of putting this entire plan together? And when you think about that, how long did it take you to come up with the great solution?
I think that the space, just making sure that everything that we wanted was in the space, it was done properly, and also timing. Elements can be a challenge. Wintertime, you have to stop work and then you start in the spring, and it took about 3 years in totality to finish.
Which parts of these spaces do you actually love and treasure the most? Where do you find yourself actually hanging out, whether it's individually or with a group?
I think the space that I use the most is the outdoor kitchen. Don't necessarily always enjoy it, but I use it the most. Followed closely by the upstairs balcony. On a cool day or a warm afternoon, it's a great place to read a book or take a nap. And then the third space would be the patio downstairs. It's nice to sit underneath the tin roof and hear the rain sprinkling on it. Makes for an enjoyable space.
How do you add color in such a fabulous way with all these containers, and do you do that on a seasonal basis?
Well, sometimes getting the color combinations accurate is a challenge. We try to change things a little bit each year. With the foundation plantings, we work very closely with a dear friend who she designs our spaces ahead of time. And Luann tends to put everything on a palette for us and have us choose different things in February and March. So that's really how it happens. Sometimes it's very rewarding, and sometimes things get edited if they aren't happy in the garden.
So I think one of the things you probably would say about this project is that it was a work of art and a labor of love, and probably something that is never going to be finished, and that is a part of the beauty of trying to figure out how to take the indoors outside. Thank you, Mark, for sharing your beautiful garden spaces with us.